Grade average, the highest between junior year and senior year. The idea was started by a brother and sister, Anthony and Elizabeth Petrone from Pound Ridge, who will be graduating this year, and very academically motivated youngsters. And what they wanted to do was to combat senior slump and senioritis, to keep kids motivated in senior year. They organized a club which would award these scholarships, and a good way to raise money for scholarships would be to start a trivia bowl. We're going to have Ed Ray from Mount Kisco, used to write the Uncle Lester column for the Patent Trader, coming over to serve as moderator. We're going to have teams made up of students, and the students will play other students, and then the winner of the student team gets to play the Esoterics, 4 English teachers at Fox Lane High School, Steve Schwartz, Jim Plessinger, who are here with me in the studio,
hi, Steve.
and Charlie Freeman.
Hi, Tony.
Would you like to say hello, Steve?
Say hi, Steve.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, friends of the unseen audience. Hello, Barbara.
Okay, so, yeah?
Okay.
Okay.
Jim, would you like to say hello?
Hello. Okay, now, these 3 gentlemen, English teachers, all English teachers. Son of a gun. My favorite subject in high school, as I was just telling you. Now, this is going to be this Friday night. How many people are going to be, involved in this?
We hope to get teams of 4, and we hope to get 3 teams of students, and then the winner to play off against the Esoterics.
Now, this is just the start, right? Hopefully every year this will build and build.
That's right. Mm-hmm. That's right. And we put out the challenge to faculties of other high schools. Years ago, we played against a team from Horace Greeley High School, and this year we called John Jay and asked them to try and get up a faculty team to participate. We haven't heard from them yet, but hope to hear from them during the week.
An open challenge right here. An open challenge? Is that what I heard?
Yes, it is an open challenge. Any 4 people who think that they can match wits with the Esoterics are cordially invited to face us.
One thing should be obvious. Modesty is not our strong suit.
Okay. Well, now, you're going to be, these will all be high school age of 17, 18, 16, right. That age. Mm-hmm. How do you pick trivia for people? It would be different, I'm sure, for a high school student than it would be for, other agers. Is that age good for all?
Not really. If you look at the game like Trivial Pursuits, you realize that there's certain general areas of knowledge which accommodate themselves nicely to just general knowledge people. Geography, history, sports, movies, literature,
U.S.
presidents,
baby
and Bible.
Lovely, U.S.
baby animals.
So you have some questions here?
Yeah, I do. If anybody out in the radio audience is interested in U.S. presidents, why don't I just ask a couple of questions, and maybe you can jot down some answers.
Everybody just ran to the radio now. Hold on, let them get to the radio.
Call us up.
Call is 241-7286. If you listen, there'll be no prizes here, but if you want to call up and have a good time for the next 29 minutes, give us a call, 241-7286, and our first question is...
Saul is our expert on presidents. It's a very limited category, and we keep him on the team simply because of that reason.
Well, Steve, you say it's limited, but actually there were 40 U.S. presidents, but how many men have been presidents? The answer is 39, because there was one man who repeated himself. First question, how many...
As you frequently do, Saul.
How many U.S. presidents never attended college? Who was the first never to attend? And who was the last never to attend?
Can I take a shot at this?
Sure.
I think it's one president, Truman, who didn't attend.
You got the last one never to attend,
the last one
but you missed the first 7. There were 8.
There were 8? Well, how about George Washington?
He was the first never to attend.
I figure Abe must have went, huh?
Abe Lincoln did not attend college.
He read a lot of books.
He certainly did.
7 presidents. Truman was the last who didn't go to college.
So Washington was the first. Lincoln was in there in the middle.
Okay.
There were 2 successive presidents never to attend, the 7th and the 8th president of the United States.
Okay, and if they want to give us a call...
Martin Van Buren was the 8th. I remember that from my high school days.
That is
You're
correct.
Cheating now because...
Martin Van Buren from Old Kinderhook, New York. We don't have any answers.
Oh, okay.
We just have
I have
questions.
the same book.
Let me give you a next question in case you want to write these down. Which college graduated the most number of presidents? How many and who were they? Which state produced the most number of presidents?
Ohio?
That is correct. We can cross that right off. Very good, Tony.
Well, I'm not too good with...
Do you have 3 other disc jockeys who want to come up Friday night and challenge us?
I think we might... Listen, we might be there if the...
Which president had the most number of children? How many children, how many boys, and how many girls?
Oy.
And finally, which man held the office for the shortest time? And how long was his term? How long was he in for?
Okay. I don't know the answer to the letter. Isn't that the guy who gave his, the president who gave his acceptance speech and he got sick?
That's
and
correct.
What was his name?
Correct.
William Henry.
William Henry Harrison. He was in office actually for 32 days.
Right, because he gave a long speech in January and he
over 2
came
hours.
with pneumonia. Yeah.
If you people would like to challenge us with questions, please call up. What happened just recently was that Saul had questions and Tony had the answers in front of him. It was simply designed to hype some interest. So please call us if you have anything interesting to challenge us with.
A lot of trivia has gone crazy in the past few years. I remember growing up, the only trivia that my friends and I would talk about would be sports, you know, baseball and things like that. But as it's grown on, we have a lot of interesting things. I think we have a call here. Let's take our first call. Good morning, you're on VIP.
Good morning, Tony.
Oh, is this Uncle Lester?
You got Uncle Lester.
Good morning, Unc. How are you?
Morning, boys. Are you behaving yourselves?
No.
We're trying desperately not to.
How about some trivia from The Odd Couple?
Okay, I like The Odd Couple.
Okay. You remember the gals who lived upstairs over Felix and Oscar, the Pigeon sisters?
Yeah.
What were their first names?
Gwendolyn
That's one.
and Madeline.
No.
Gwendolyn and Lillian.
She had a cousin, Lillian. Cecily.
Gwendolyn and Walter.
Cecily.
Cecily, that's it.
That's
Cecily.
right.
Gwendolyn Cecily.
Do you remember the name of Oscar Madison's secretary?
Myrna Turner.
Right. And who played her?
Penny Marshall.
Bud, you're good. You're good. What was Oscar's wife's name?
Blanche.
Right. And Felix's wife?
Gloria.
Good. You got to come up on Friday night and beat these guys.
Okay, how about some honeymooners trivia?
You want some honeymooners trivia?
Well, you got me with a couple a few months ago. Let me give you one.
Uh-huh.
What was Alice's maiden name?
Alice's maiden name. Son of a gun. Alice's maiden name.
Well, obviously you're paging through your book now.
What?
Obviously you're looking
My
through
grandson here with a cartoon.
Yeah. Her maiden name was Gibson.
Gibson.
That's right.
Hey, you're good. That's right. You're a hot one on honeymooners.
Love the and I'll give you one more honeymooners question from the episode the other night, okay? What was Alice's mother's address?
Before or after they sent it to the institution?
I think this is right before.
I don't know. What was it?
33 Kosciuszko Street.
Oh, gosh.
Okay?
Yeah.
So we'll see you there Friday then, huh?
See you there Friday night. I'm going to look forward to seeing the Esoterics again. They're pretty wild and funny guys. Go on, fellas.
All right, thanks for calling.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Uncle Lester, of course. Now, he's going to moderate this thing, huh? He does a good job?
Yeah, he's very good at it.
A lot of questions. Now, trivia, as I was saying before, it's got to the point now where there's trivia for everything. Every day there's a new trivia game coming out. Never a lack of interest in. And every day there's, I guess, more trivia. More and more and more trivia. High school kids are into this now. I guess it's better than the video games, huh?
Don't know. They
don't know.
I haven't seen a
We don't have video
resurgence
games
of
at
trivia.
Foxland.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's any trivia questions dealing with video games. That would be interesting.
What was the guy's name that started the Pong? The original video game
That's
Pong?
right, the original
What was the
video
guy's
game.
name? He
That
started
would be
the
the question.
Atari. It's not Japanese. He's from Seattle. But I can't remember his name. That
Well-
was the first one.
Now, after this Friday, this coming Friday, which is June, what?
7th.
June 7th, after we set this up, or after, the night's over, when is the closest after that you look for something as far as getting maybe students against students, faculty against faculty, or whatever?
Well, we'll probably start in around February and start having playoffs for the following year. But the idea to raise money, you should get all the money in by May so that you can actually make these presentations on Scholarship Day, which for Fox Laners is coming up next Wednesday.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Listen, anything... Oh, got a little hum in my headphone here. Is there anything else that... anybody's invited, right? I mean, is it going to be a...
Oh, yeah.
Public.
Yep. It's open to the general public. There'll be a small admission charge naturally to generate some funds.
Right. And I want to remind you, open lines at 241-7286 if you know any of the president questions. Any other questions? Because I don't know how many people are really...
Into presidents.
Let me ask one.
Go ahead.
Since I'm connected with the Bedford Hills Little League, I was ordered to ask a Little League question. Who was the first Little Leaguer to play Major League Baseball?
Oh, I know it.
Robin Roberts.
No, it wasn't. It was a pitcher for the Cincinnati Reds
And
named
Milwaukee
Joey J.
Braves, right, Joey J.
Joey J.
Joey J.
was the first pitcher ever.
First,
No, the first
player
Little
to
League
come
player.
from the Little League into the Major
One of the
Leagues.
original New York Mets.
No.
Was he a president?
No.
If you'll remember, we mentioned a few minutes ago that Saul's category was limited exclusively to presidents, and it's starting to become obvious now.
Now we know why. Okay. Well, listen, we're going to take
Joey
a break.
J.
We'll be back. Give us calls, 241-7286, if you have any trivia questions. We'll be back with Saul Dicker, Jim Plessinger, and
Steve Schwartz.
Steve Schwartz right after this.
Okay.
Well, this here's the story of a con man named Rick. How he promised people he'd make them rich quick. He put ads in the papers, sent out slick brochures. Send him $25, and Rick's secret was yours. So the folks sent their money. What they got in return was a letter from Rick that made them all burn. Put ads in your papers, send out some brochures. If folks fall like you fell, all the money is yours. Hi, I'm Ed Bruce. You know there's a name for people like Rick. They're mail fraud operators. If you suspect mail fraud, call your postal inspector or local postmaster. And remember, if something sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Yeah, Rick had all kinds of mail offer schemes like free pony vacations and hair growing creams. Now, he sure would be happy to keep getting your mail. But his address has changed now. He's living in jail. A public service message from your postal service.
This is a message for you about college, especially if you're graduating from high school this spring. Right now in your own school, a lot of you may be hearing comments like this.
Colleges are just too expensive.
I can't afford an expensive college. It's just out of the question.
I can't afford it.
I've heard that there's not much financial aid available this year.
Well, here's our message to you. There's just as much financial aid available this year as last. Check it out now with your guidance counselor. Don't make any decisions about college until you do. If the school that you want wants you, the funds are there to get the two of you together. This is the right way to go about it.
I'm going to get all the facts about financial aid before I make any final decision.
When the opening bell rings next fall, you could be sitting in the classroom of your choice. This has been a message from the College Board and this station.
All right, thank you. 19 minutes in front of 12, and the excitement is mounting here. Open lines, 241-7286. Trivia is a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun with it during the afternoon hour. Between 1 and 3, I give a question in the 1 o'clock and 2 o'clock hour. My problem is I have to give questions that the clues are easy, because if we don't usually have a winner within 10 minutes, that means people can't find it in their reference books. So I have to give something, that I could give a clue to. One of my favorite, it's a cartoon trivia question. Everybody remembers the Flintstones, right? Flintstones, meet the Flintstones. I don't want to sing it. But, in the beginning of the show when they go to the movie and they watch the movie, what was the name of the movie?
Drive-in.
1 million BC?
No, it's something to that effect. It has something to do with the Flintstones, that era, Bedrock. The name of the movie is The Monster. And,
Starring Boris Karloff?
well, yeah, it could have been, but it's great because parents call up with the correct answer, and, I know that their kids tell them, but that's okay. 241-7286, any more questions?
Yeah, I have Mary Tyler Moore's first appearance on television was on a show on which her legs showed.
Right.
What was the name of the show? She played someone's secretary. All you
Vaguely,
saw
I
were her
remember.
legs.
Vaguely, I remember. If anyone does know, 241-7286. I tell you what, if you do know, I'll give you a movie ticket. How's that? Now we should get people. 241-7286. Can I guess?
Yeah.
Mrs.
No.
Was it like a woman's name?
No.
My Gal Friday.
No.
I don't know.
Private detective.
Private Detective. Who was the star of that show?
Roscoe Carnes.
David Jansen.
David Jansen. Okay, remember The Fugitive?
Yeah.
Who was the announcer for The Fugitive? The narrator of the show.
I don't know.
Went on to have his own detective series afterwards.
Efrem Zimbalist.
No. A rather large detective.
William Conrad.
William
Who
Conrad.
played on radio Matt Dillon.
Matt Dillon.
He was the original Matt Dillon on
And you can hear his
Gunsmoke.
voice all over the place now, making a lot of money doing commercials. So, whose idea was this now? You said the other...
Anthony and Elizabeth Patron.
How long did this take to
organize?
Get together, yeah.
We've been organizing for about a month now.
Mm-hmm. And now the past turnouts you've had up at Fox Lane, they've been excellent or
well, when our really faculty came over, we had about 300 people watching the contest, and we had a student game against our students against theirs, and then we had a faculty game.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't much of a game. It was a walkover.
How do people practice? I mean, you know, before my SATs, I would read and study, and before my finals, I'd study. How do you get ready for a trivia?
Some people just have the capacity to absorb and remember and spit out totally useless information, and the three of us have
no other purpose in life.
Have acquired that talent over the years of dealing with useless information.
I'll ask my students in class to write as many questions as they can think of, and then we'll try and answer them at lunchtime, and I'll bring the answers back to them the next day.
What happens in case of a discrepancy?
Well,
we are always right.
When you have Uncle Lester, there is no discrepancy. He's the final authority.
Yeah, he is a pretty... I tell you, I was surprised I stumped him today. Usually he is right on the ball, you know.
Did you ever hear his definition of trivia?
No.
Trivia and nostalgia is the relish and mustard on the hot dog of life.
I like that, the relish and mustard on a hot dog. 15 minutes now.
Well, what makes Ed such a wonderful fellow is not only his encyclopedic knowledge of trivia, but he's got a fantastic personality, and he works with his teams and his games absolutely beautifully. He is a wonderfully relaxing man to be with, and he makes you enjoy, makes you have fun doing what you're doing, and he has fun doing what he's doing. It's very, very contagious.
Everyone knows the address of the Munsters, right?
I don't.
Come on, that's like one of the first trivia questions you learn.
Thirsty Lane.
1313 Mockingbird Lane.
That's it, 1330. Oh, this is the quiet guy in the corner. Waits till everybody gives the wrong answer, and then they'll...
Did you hear that, Barbara? The quiet guy in the corner.
With the red stripes.
You know where the Munsters' house is? It's in a back lot in Universal Studios.
Is it still there?
It's still there. It's on the tour.
It's on tour?
Yeah.
I went to the NBC tour and I saw where Johnny Carson parked. I didn't get to see the Munster house.
What were the two names of Johnny Carson's first TV show?
What I do... Wait a second, I know it. Win a Vacation, Earn Your Vacation. It was one game show.
The one he started with Ed McMahon, the quiz show.
You sure it wasn't Earn Your Vacation?
No, it was Who Do You Trust and or Do You Trust Your Wife?
No.
No? Okay.
That's a good question for Johnny
Maybe it
Carson.
wasn't his first show then.
Wasn't Earn Your Vacation, huh? Okay, let me just get my little super trivia unabridged encyclopedia here to see if I can stump you guys. Who was the It girl?
Ann Sheridan.
No, Bo. Clara Bow.
Clara Bow.
She was the oomph girl, that's right.
From the movie It, back in 1927.
She had it.
You weren't around 27, though.
That's debatable.
Okay. Presidential trivia? How about this one?
Take a nap.
This is a great one.
You're up,
What was Calvin Coolidge's two canaries' names?
Sylvester
Flotsam and Jetsam.
Nip and Tuck.
Nip and Tuck.
But that's trivia. I'm sure there's people who knew that. Why? I don't know. But there are people who did know that.
Most people think Calvin Coolidge said, "I do not choose to run," but you have to finish that line.
Period.
No.
Now.
For President of the United States.
Oh, that was the rest of it?
That was the rest of it.
That isn't what Calvin Coolidge's famous line is, though.
What is his famous?
The business of America is business.
Son of a gun. Do you remember Calvin?
I do indeed, in his Indian headdress.
Okay.
We had that tragic tornado in Niles, Ohio. Niles, Ohio is famous for giving us the birth of one of our presidents. Do you know which one?
Which one?
Absolutely, James Garfield. From
James
Niles,
Garfield.
Ohio.
Son of a gun. I always liked James. I like the name. Because in the section of Yonkers where I live, all the streets are Garfield, Fillmore, all the President Streets. So Garfield Street is close to my heart.
The president who had the most children was John Tyler.
Oh, yeah,
15.
15. I knew it was something like that.
8 boys, 7 girls with 2 wives.
Cut him off.
When did he have time to go to office? Okay, how about this one? What were the 7 dwarfs' names? That's easy.
Yeah. That's
Doc, Bashful, Dopey, Sneezy, Grumpy, Happy, and Cheerful.
No.
And Bashful.
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 Bashful, that's it. That's it. Very good. Who, what was Joey Bishop's yacht's name? You should know this. His favorite expression.
I don't know that, but the first presidential yacht was commissioned in 1902. It was called the USS Mayflower from President Teddy Roosevelt.
Say goodnight, Saul.
His favorite expression.
Yachida. Son of a
Son of a
gun.
gun was his yacht
Son of a gun.
that he probably sold later on to pay for his mortgage. What was Kate Smith's nickname? Remember Kate?
Yeah, I remember.
God Bless America.
Moon comes over the mountain.
Was the theme song.
She was. Her nickname was Songbird of the South.
That's right. And her announcer and mentor, Ted Collins.
Ted Collins was
Ted Collins.
for announcement.
Who?
Oh, Ted Collins in the Cracker Barrel Hour.
All right, let me ask you this now. You have the kids listening, I'm sure. Are they writing these questions down thinking they might get these?
I wouldn't
think so.
I don't think so.
No, huh? How many teams of 4 did you say you're going to have?
We're going to have 3 student teams and then us.
You against them?
Yes.
Now, is that fair?
No.
Nobody plays it. It's not fair anyways.
Oh, okay, because you have to realize somebody's 17, they could only, have maybe, 13, 14 years of remembering things on TV.
But that's the way that Uncle Lester
There
will
was one time
gear
early-
the questions. He'll gear the questions to the...
Steve, do you remember the one
the
time that
intermediate
we
level
were
of
almost demolished single-handedly by one student, an outstanding member of the senior class back in the 1970s, Josh Marwell? We beat them 350 to 330, and he had all the points.
Yeah, it's a good thing I answered the last question, so you almost had us in a hole that day.
Was it a presidential question?
No, it was Sienna.
Sienna.
Who's the wife of Hager the Horrible, the comic?
We only read the editorial pages. We've done away with the
That's Helga.
Helga and Hager.
Uh-huh. That's right. I sit down with my friends and we play Trivial Pursuit, or the Italian version, Trivial Brajut, and then all these other trivia games, Life Magazine or Entertainment Tonight, and my favorite, the one I'll go for to get a piece of the cheese, when you're playing those games, is Entertainment or Sports. Mm-hmm. They even have trivia video games now. Mm-hmm. You go, you throw your quarter in, they give you 10 or 12 questions.
Where was the first Super Bowl played?
Miami, Florida.
Wrong.
It was in the
Los Angeles Coliseum.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Hit us with some sports.
Sports?
Why not?
Or movies.
Or movies.
Or radio.
Or radio.
Or world capitals, geographical
What famous
locations.
disc jockey works from 9 in the morning until 3, Monday through Friday, now at WVIP?
Tony Vincent.
Tony Vincent, that's it. Son of a gun.
We all get movie passes.
Yeah, everybody gets movie. Okay, sports trivia is fun because, see, when I do that, the women call up. The women call up and complain because that automatically eliminates them, but I don't think so.
Not at all.
Can I ask a woman sports trivia question?
Sure.
In the history of the Indianapolis 500, only once was the starting command changed. Why was it changed, and who was it changed for?
Ladies and gentlemen, start your engines in... I don't know the year, I'm sorry.
Oh, we have a caller.
Yeah, we do have a call. Let's hold that. Good morning.
Hi, Tony. Ginny.
Ginny Pachansky from Yorktown. How are you?
Cheerful is not one of the 7 dwarfs. It was happy.
What was that? What was that?
Some said cheerful was one of the 7 dwarfs, and it's not. It's happy.
So I corrected myself. I changed from cheerful to bashful. I think I already had happy.
On the Disney movie Sleeping Beauty, what were the names of the evil fairy and the 3 good fairies?
All right, give me this again now.
Well, in the Disney movie Sleeping Beauty, what were the names of the evil fairy and the 3 good fairies?
Hold on, we're working on that.
Was Truman Capote one of them?
Tony, that's not fair.
No, we're not. Listen, we're not reading the book. What was the name? Sleeping Beauty?
We've all gone into a little corner of the room to think about this.
These people are concentrating now. They're sitting down with their eyes closed. They look like they're having a fit. They're concentrating. Sleeping Beauty, the good fairy and the bad fairy?
Right, there's 3 good fairies.
Let's see. S comes after R. Okay. We'll get it, Jimmy. We'll get it.
I don't know that one.
All right, can I give it a shot?
Sure.
Now, if I get this, you going to make some more cannolis for
I'll
me?
make anything you want.
All right. Wait, L-M-N.
So
No, we're not. We're not. We're only kidding with you. Princess Aura.
No, Aurora is Judy.
Oh, okay.
The evil fairy that made her go to sleep, and then there was...
Sounds like a character from the Spanish tragedy.
I don't know. Who was it, Ginny? Give us the answer.
Was the evil fairy. And the names of the three good fairies were Flora, Fauna, and Merryweather. They were all dressed in different colors. One was a little chubby little one, and they helped her in the forest. I don't know if you remember the movie, but they lived with her in the forest when she was hiding out and stuff. So, oh, good. I stumped you finally, Tony, after a year. Yay!
Hey, that's very good, Jenny.
Tell it, put us on.
Yeah, you guys are on. They want to say something.
Jenny, you're good. Why don't you come over Friday night and bring some people, and we'll have some fun at the school. Come on over and bring a trivia team.
Okay, we'll see.
All right, Ginny. Thanks a lot for calling.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Ginny is an avid listener, and she always listens to trivia. And she doesn't even want to win most. She just calls up to give her, guess. All right. Okay, we have 6 minutes now in front of 12 o'clock. I'm Tony Vincent, and Ralph Siami, the little round mound of sound, will be in. He's a great Ralph Siami. He's in after Paul Harvey until 6 o'clock.
Good day.
Yeah, and Saul, why don't you just get a little closer to the mic one more time. Tell us what's happening this coming Friday at Fox Lane for the people who might just be tuning in to listen to Ralph.
Okay, we're going to have a trivia bowl, and the purpose of the trivia bowl is to raise money for scholarships for senior students who have improved their grade point average the most between junior and senior year. And we welcome everybody in the community. Come and join the fun. And if you have a team, it's still not too late to give us a call at Fox Lane High School in the English department. The number there is 666-6731, extension 262. Ask for myself or any of the Esoterics, and we'll be happy to get back to you and set up a match for you. All you need is 4 people who are trivia maniacs.
Okay, I have one for you. Suppose there's 3 people who work at John's store, let's say.
Okay.
And they consider themselves pretty good trivia people. Pretty good people, okay? Now, suppose they can't make it this Friday, but they want to get involved. Is there any league or is there anything going on that people could get involved in, like a round-robin type tournament or something like that?
Well, I guess it's too late for this year, but if they give us a call or drop us a note at the high school, we'll be happy to get back to them and set something up for next year.
We just have we just witnessed the arrival of the 4th member of our group, Charlie Freeman. Charlie, say hello to the audience.
Hello, Charlie.
Hi. Does this mean I can't win movie tickets?
You've been listening.
Charlie is our expert on baby animals. For example, we'll throw him a typical trivia question on baby animals. What do you call a baby marmoset?
Ugly, I would say.
Baby marmoset.
You see what I mean? He's got that answer in no time flat.
What is a baby eel?
Gross.
Hungry?
No. Okay, we have another caller. Let's take another caller here. Good morning. You're on WVIP.
Yes, good morning. I'd like to ask a question. What was the last state to join the continental U.S.?
The last state to join
Arizona, 1912. 1912.
Is that right? Arizona, 1912?
Excellent. And I have 2 other questions.
Okay, go on.
What metals do you use in the Bessemer process?
What was? Can you speak up one more time?
The method used is steel.
Is that right, steel?
Yes.
Okay, one more. Go on.
Yes, and Henry Ford, we know, produced his 2 famous cars. What year did he start his production line, and which model was the first to come off of it?
What was the T in 1920?
Oh, wait, 1913, 14?
Well, is it the Model T Ford?
It's the Model T.
It is the Model T.
Let's go with 9. How's that?
1911, he says?
Close. 1908.
1908.
Very.
Okay.
Well, you're not going to yell at us for missing by only 3 years, are you?
I can't. You have several of my children in your class. Bye-bye.
All right, thank you very much. Can't yell at the parents. They can't yell at the teachers of their kids. Okay, we are at 3 minutes now in front of 12 o'clock, and I'll be back with more of this right after this. Give us a call, 241-7286.
Hi, I'm Stacey McKenzie, a senior at Fox Lane High School and a member of the Mount Kisco Drug and Alcohol.